Anytime I make a video, I always start it off by saying hi.
I am back! What it do, baby?
I'm CynDoll. I'm a cosmetologist, an herbalist, a research scientist, and owner of Cynple Apothecary LLC. And for whatever reason, me saying that I'm a scientist really bothers people. As you can see in this comment, this is just one. I get this comment all the time, and I know some of you say like, oh Cyn, don't address the elephant in the room, but there are a lot of elephants. The one that I screenshotted is just one. Like, by the time I screenshot it and bring a video, I've had this comment about 50 times. And I think that most people think that for somebody to be classified as a scientist, they have to have a PhD. So let's break down what a research scientist is, the different types of research science, and which form of research scientist I am. So let's keep going. So like I said, if you are new here, my name is CynDoll. I am a cosmetologist, a research scientist, herbalist, and owner of Cynple Apothecary LLC. And today we gonna talk about research science. So a research scientist is a professional who conducts experiments, analyzes data, and develops new knowledge in a specific field. They work in industries such as healthcare, technology, engineering, pharmaceuticals, hair care, skin, but all of that's in the medical field. And environmental science. Let's get into some of our key responsibilities. Number one is going to be designing and conducting experiments. Number two is going to be collecting and analyzing data. Number three is going to be publishing information on scientific journals or privately owned websites. Developing new theories, products, or techniques. Collaborating with other scientists, corporations, companies, or institutions, and a wide range of other things. So, where do research scientists like myself work? Universities and research institutes, government agencies, private companies like biotech, pharmaceuticals, tech firms, and other private LLC or corporations like Cynple Apothecary, and non-profit and environmental organizations. Now, PhDs and bachelor's degrees are only required dependent on what field of research science you get into. Obviously, when we go deeper into the inside of the human body and things of that nature, you will need a degree depending on what field of research science you're going into. The field of research science that I'm going into does not require a master's. That me getting it has nothing to do with the field of research science that I am in, but it's not a requirement for the field of research science that I am in. So I guess it may be a little confusing to some people to see a black woman say I'm a scientist or I'm a research scientist, but did you know that even a cosmetologist who gets deep into the field of cosmetology and starts conducting experiments and different things of that nature according to respected scientific literature or respected scientific literature that she makes and does her own experiments, his or her own experiments, etc., then a cosmetologist can be classified as a research scientist too, dependent on her level of certification and expertise, dependent on her findings, her experimentation, and if whether or not her peers can test out her experiments and get the same result time after time after time. As a research scientist, one of the things in the techniques and systems that I developed, I house inside of of the Growth Cycle Blueprint and the 7-Day Challenge. Through being a research scientist, I'll break down the type of research scientist that I am in a second, but the patterns and techniques that I have developed, I make into courses or ebooks, or I then sell herbs to treat certain ailments and illnesses that I know people may have. So now that I've broken down to you what a research scientist is, let's get into the type of research scientist that I am. There are different fields of science of research science that I fall into. Check out my blog because I break it down in great detail over there, but I'm just gonna give you a gist of the categories that I fit into, because the role that my practice has led me, the direction that my practice has led me into, because of me first starting, my first love and interest of the human body started with cosmetology, right? So my entry into the love of the science of the human body started with cosmetology, and then it went from there. I understand that as some of you watch my channel, right, or as some of you watch channels like mine in general, right, you're just like, oh my god, this is a black girl, she look just like me. You ain't no scientist, would you stop saying that? You ain't no dermatologist. I never said I was a dermatologist. A dermatologist is a scientist in a completely different realm. I work with dermatologists. I am consulted by dermatologists, or I consult dermatologists, but I am not one, never claim to be one, do not have a PhD, don't know if I'll work on it because I don't really need it. It'll literally just be for me to say that I have it, but I specialize in holistic and alternative medicine, hair growth, and nutritional science. I have created my practice, Cynple Apothecary, to merge all three of these levels of research science into one category, because I don't just fit into one. My research leads me into diving deep into all three of these at one time, which is why I could no longer stand behind the chair. There's no way that I could go to school and dive into this information and go to Cosmo and do hair at the same time. It just was not going to happen. So holistic and alternative medicine. This is where my focus on the gut, hair, skin, and nails is focused on. Understanding how the gut health, stress, life in your daily life, your lifestyle affects your hair growth, your gut health, and your overall system. Studying and understanding the gut's connection to the body and its systems. Analyzing how inflammation, certain food intolerances, and the microbiome influences and is directly connected to your overall beauty, your gut health, your skin, your nails, and your hair. It's all connected. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Experiments with different herbal remedies, like different adaptogens to help the body to fight different hormonal imbalances, and so many different things that attack your body's hair growth cycle. Developing plant-based solutions like some of my extracts, using traditional, modern, and ancient remedies and sciences to master the different elements of the human body. My scientific application: creating natural herb-based topical and internal treatments to balance out the gut microbiome and the scalp and skin microbiome. It's a dance, a holistic dance. Clinical and cosmetic trichology, hair loss and hair growth science. My focus is investigating the scientific reasoning and holistic mechanics behind hair loss and regrowth. Hair loss and regrowth, it is something that it's like there has to be a science to it. There's no way that my husband has an aunt that's 106 years old with a full head of hair, but women are going bald at 30. Something isn't right. There's no way you can live to be 106, but you gonna be bald head from the time you 35 to the time you 106. No. As a scientist, it wets my whistle. I had to figure it out. I conduct real world studies on the effectiveness of hair regrowth treatments like micro needling, low level laser therapy, all of these different hair growth aids, and PRP therapy. We test natural and pharmaceutical treatments that are all aimed at follicle rejuvenation and scalp nourishment. We also put a razor focus on products that claim to have hair restorative properties. We then develop innovative scalp treatments using different peptides or any other bioactive ingredient based on the body's mechanics and what that person is dealing with at that time, scientifically, after a thorough analysis and breakdown. So it's way more complicated than you would say, like, oh, Cyn, my hair is breaking off, it's red over here, and I use this shampoo for 4 years. What do I put on? Is there, girl, I don't know. That's not how it works, girl. I don't know. We then create evidence-based hair care solutions that put together traditional wisdom with modern science, analyzing the effectiveness of natural DHT blockers, right? Circulation boosters, anti-inflammatory compounds. We research them to see if whether or not they do what they say they're gonna do, and if they do, how does it do this, and how long can it last, how long can it hold up. Number 3 is going to, and the next and last final one, is nutritional science. This part of my studying is focused on the role of your diet, supplements, and different things that you put in your body and how they affect the growth of your hair, skin, and nails, and your natural hair growth cycle, and so many other things. I examine things like the way that a deficiency in iron or zinc is going to affect your body, and doing tests to show how somebody who increases zinc or iron in their diet, if they had that deficiency, how the hair grows. That's why Bodock root is my #1 suggestion, because after my years of studying, it does not matter what you are experiencing. If you have this combination of Bodock root and blue butterfly pea flower, and you change your diet, I guarantee you your hair will grow back the same way this little girl's did. It is what I know. I speak on it because I've done it, and I researched it, and I have studied it time after time after time after time, and then boom shikala boom, here we go. We test plant-based bioactive compounds that help you to properly detox the body of anything that is slowing down the body systems, whether it's an imbalance of the scalp's natural microflora, whether it is an overgrowth of parasites that live within the body. There are so many different things, but through research science, I'm able to look at all different pieces of the puzzle holistically, so I could give you a real life answer to why you may be experiencing these things. But holistically, my practice, the reason that I call my practice a holistic practice is because it's not just one area of hair care that I focus on. It's not just, oh, what styles do you do? No. Styling is probably one of the most basic forms of practice, and that was at the very, very beginning of my career when I started in cosmetology school. That was the hairstyling portion of my practice. But now my practice as a research scientist is focused on the way that the things that you put in your body affect what comes out of the body on all 3 different levels. So I really hope that this video answered a couple of questions. I get this comment so many times, and I don't really know how people expect a scientist to look. I don't know if people are expecting me to put my degrees or certifications behind me, but I'm not doing that. I did it for me. I did it for myself. And if I remember correctly, I don't watch any Team Natural videos, but if I remember correctly, none of the girls that you guys have listened to have ever let you guys know any educational background that they have that would warrant you guys listening to. So it's just really weird to me that it's just really weird to me that that's the new calling card that people now have, because when I first started making videos, when I first started making hair videos that didn't involve me doing hair, it was like, oh, why are you talking? You just a cosmetologist, you just do hair, you don't know, or you just a cosmetologist, girl, you're not a scientist, be quiet. So it's hard. I think that's the part that makes it hard, because people only look at me through the lens of how they're able to see based on their level of comprehension on how many different fields of science there are for people to fit into. I think that makes it really, really hard for you to understand. Maybe you have an expectancy of somebody who calls themselves a scientist to only talk like this and to only be this way. But if you've ever met a real life scientist for real, they all act just like me. Like, I'm actually really nice compared to a lot of the scientists that I know, because the scientist is like mad, right? Not like mad, like upset, but like all of everything is like show and prove. Our life is show and prove. So when I'm bringing information to you, I've already tested it 50 million times. Since I've stopped doing hair, which has been 7 years, girl, I've been a nerdy science girl, like in a lab testing, doing experiments, all types of shit. So whenever I come on YouTube and whenever I come on YouTube, is because all of my work is done, everything that I need to do is done, all of my clients are taken care of, everything's done, right? All of my consultants done, everything's done, right? And then I'm like, oh my god, there are so many people that are experiencing the same issues. Let me get on the internet and put a video out here that puts all of this science into one thing, so that way so many people won't constantly go through the same thing over and over again. So then boom, I make a video here on YouTube. The videos that I make here on YouTube are not talking like, oh, I'm CynDoll and I'm so smart and everybody else is stupid, and listen to me and never listen to them because they're so stupid, and I'm so smart because my hair is long now. Like, no, like, that's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm just giving you the information, and because I'm a scientist, I get annoyed when people just listen to somebody and they say okay without going and doing any research for themselves. So that's not who I am. That's not what I do. So when you see people who rage bait you to my channel, most likely their ass is itching and their panties are in a bunch, because most likely I've kind of caused a little form of doubt in something that they've been saying. But the thing that the people that I work with do, we like feed off of that. We like it. I work with other people who, well, I don't want to say work with, like somebody will sign my paycheck because they don't, well, technically, whatever. The thing is, we don't sit down and if my theory doesn't match their theory, then we sit down and argue. No, we don't do that. What we do is we'll sit down and say like, well, how did you come to that? And then we'll test the experiment together, and then both of us are doing the test, and whoever's right, it comes out in the test, and whichever one of us gotta bow out and be like, damn, you right, then that's what it is. So it's so weird and it's so odd when I get here on YouTube and women who don't even know how many different fields of research science there are come online to go back and forth. It is draining. It's very annoying. But it is what it is. Hopefully this answers a couple of questions. No, I'm not putting any of my degrees or certifications up. No, I'm not sharing what school I went to. No, people are weird, people are nosy. Absolutely not. Love you guys to the moon and back, but I'm not doing that. I love y'all so much, and until my next video, bye. I hope that this answered the question. I tried not to get annoyed by the question because it's not asked in a sweet way. It's like, girl, shut up. You always trying to act like you know something more than everybody. You don't know nothing. You just a cosmetologist. You just do hair. You ain't no damn scientist. Like, shut up. Because yes, I'm is. And if I was gonna lie about something, I would lie about being like, I'd be like, I'm a pilot. I fly planes in Vegas. I fly planes in Nevada. Over the Grand Canyon. Is the Grand Canyon ain't in there? I don't know where. I fly planes. I fly like paper, get high like planes. Like I would say a bunch of weird shit. I wouldn't say I was a research scientist. Y'all don't even know what the fuck a research scientist is. So I hope this video did justice. I talk to some of the people that I work with all the time, and they're like, oh my god, like, you don't really have the personality of a scientist. Most of us are like, we all have the attitude that you have, but not like, we don't want to be on the internet and like talking to people like they're dumb. I don't want to argue. And I'm just like, I think that the cosmetologist part helps me with that, right? Because I did hair for so long, and I am so used to like conversating and talking to people that it doesn't bother me as much. But can we stop saying this? Can y'all stop making this comment on my page? If you come on my channel and you don't like me, just don't be on here. And I know it's getting hard because when I first started making videos and y'all was talking shit, it's been a process, right? Like, I looked like this at first. My hair was real short, right? And it was blonde. It was like, I don't gotta listen to you. You black and you don't even want to be black because you blonde and you gotta relax her. Okay. So it was like, okay, maybe I won't do the blonde no more, and then I'll do it black. Maybe that'll be better, right? Because I prefer it short. This is why it's short right here. But like, I'm like, okay, maybe that'll be better. So then I did that, and it was like, no, you still gotta relax. So you don't even like to be black. It's like, okay. Then with my HS, I'm growing my hair out. Had an outbreak. Oh, you won't know because you got a bald spot over there. Okay. Oh, so now it's grown all the way back, but I like it short. I like the shave size, so I'm keeping it. But now it's like, why don't you grow back the front? Well, it's your hair stuck at your shoulders. It's been right there. No, it's not. It's cut in a V. It's all the way down my back. It is. It's all the way. It's all the way down my back. It's cut in a V. Oh well, whatever. You not no scientist. You lying. You ain't no scientist. It's like, I'm not gonna be able to win with y'all. So I'm done trying, and I'm here for the people who want the information. If you want it, come get it. I just explained to you what a research scientist is. I made this video so when people come on here asking me the question, I could just send them here to this video, and then you could watch this and kick rocks. But I really don't know what else to say outside of that. I hope that gives you some comfort, maybe. I just want to say this one thing. When I say this, people gonna be like, oh, that's having unforgiveness. No, that's not true. The way my father raised me, like, when people show me who they are, I believe them. And he taught me that a leopard never changes his spots. He could be wrong. I'm telling you what's in me, right? So when you show me who you are, I believe you. So if you came on my channel before and you was rude and disrespectful, stay that way. Keep that same energy, because you've already shown me who you are, so I believe you. So for all of the negative Nancys, don't fucking come spinning the block back now, because I have the memory like an elephant. I remember every fucking thing. So don't come back like, oh, Cyn, I didn't even know research scientist was a thing. I will listen to you now. Sorry for calling you a bit. Just keep that same energy, girl. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Now that you know exactly what I do, I'm no longer practicing cosmetology. I no longer stand behind a chair. But now that you know that I'm a research scientist, and you know my new field of study, and you know I love to research some shit, that's what I do. Give me a reason to spend a couple of days in the lab. Oh my God. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want me to research, then you let me know, okay? And for all of the people that be like, I delete the comments so you don't see them, but I get like quite a few of them like, oh my God, if you know so much, why your hair, da da da. It's like, do you understand that the thing that drove me to become a scientist in general was the fact that my body deals with hidradenitis suppurativa. Scientists still don't know, myself included, don't know the true causes and triggers. There is no cure. There is something that like slows things down, that slows the inflammation down and things of that nature, but there is no cure for it. Scientists are still figuring things out, me being one of those scientists. And it just makes it even greater for me that I actually have, that my body deals with hidradenitis suppurativa, so that way not only am I able to like learn from it and test it and do different experiments, I can try different things on myself, and I have done exactly that. So if you want more information on that, let me know in the description box below. And if you are a HS warrior like me, let me know in the description box below, and I'm going to do like a full video. It maybe be a live or something. It's gonna be long. I want to be one of those long, like 45-minute boys, all right, on hidradenitis suppurativa, what it is, the triggers, the different things that we can do to stop or to decrease these triggers, and so many different things. Girl, I've been studying HS for years. I got that on lock. It's the other things that I'm working on. So if you want to get more information on that, then let me know. HS literally drove me to become a research scientist, because I'm like, there's no way. Because there's no way I'm gonna be a cosmetologist growing people's hair back for a living and my hair keeps falling out and I can't grow it back. There's no way. There are people in my family who have like 50 million bald spots on their hair that will not grow back. A lot of people are like, oh, hidradenitis suppurativa doesn't come in the hair. Just say that you don't understand it, because yes, it does. So I hope that answered everybody's question. If you are somebody who has if you're somebody who's been dealing with HS or hidradenitis suppurativa, then let me know, and I'm gonna do a full like detailed breakdown video for us. But again, now that you know what a research scientist is, right, at any point in time, if you decide that you're tired of following YouTube University and you are tired of trying all of these different products and wasting your money, then bring your big ass down here to Bruh's Barbecue Stack. No, I'm just playing. Then come over to my website, links in the description box below, and look around and see what I have for you. See what you. So If you are getting tired of trying product after product, watching YouTube video after YouTube video, looking at hack after hack, and then doing big chop after big chop because the hack didn't work, all it did was make you have to hack your hair off, then make sure you head over to my website and sign up for either the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint, because there are so many people who have completely gotten themselves outside of all of the team natural rhetoric by following the program that I put together based on my own research and all of the data that we've accumulated over the years with the 7-day challenge. It is a foolproof plan. If you follow directions, if you look through all of the information, you'll be good. I do want to give this disclaimer. This is for people who are currently in the 7-day challenge, people who are thinking about joining. If you want to just come in somewhere and learn how to undo 20 years, 15 years, 5 years, 10 years, 2 years of improper practices in one 20-minute video, it's not gonna happen. Okay, it's not gonna happen. It's a full course, and before you ever touch your hair, you need to watch all videos within the course. Okay, so if you're a person who's like, oh girl, I don't want to do any of the work myself, then it won't be for you. I don't do those types of things. I know on social media you're used to getting that, but as a scientist, I'm gonna break things down in a step-by-step foolproof process, and if you follow it, you will get the results that everybody else is getting. You think that your scalp is dry, it won't produce sebum, you follow the steps, in under a week you will have sebum, just like the women here on the screen. All right, love you guys so much. Really hope that this makes sense. I really hope we're done having this conversation, and now that you've seen it, maybe if you see a video where they make a comment like, oh, she's saying she's a scientist and she's not, now that you understand, then you can break it down to them. Again, make sure all of the main reason that I put certain things on the screen is because I want you to know the correct spelling of things whenever you go to fact check me and to go ahead and look up the things that I talk about. I want you to be able to research these exact names, right? So hopefully, again, I keep saying that, but hopefully this will be the last time we had this conversation. Okay, I love y'all, and for everybody who didn't need this full breakdown, sorry that you had to listen to it, and thank you for sticking around until the end. So until next time, bye.